everyone, it's Maddie and
Madison
with Spectrum Art, and we are back to give you an update as to where we're at. Last time we had done a video, we promised to continue to share our journey through the creation of our Harry Potter journal, and this is where we're at thus far. So as of right now, we had started with a whole bunch of signatures. I'm trying to remember. I think I might have said 4 or 5 signatures. And we're down to like 2 because, as I fear, they have just gotten, I mean, look at that, massive as we've created. These are actually all the extras that we ended up not using because that's how big this has grown. So it has grown out of control like that fast, but it's looking marvelous and it's jam-packed full of goodies, so definitely worth it. So this is where we're at. We're at 2 now. Originally also we had intended to use this one. If you guys remember, I showed the pasta salad kit box that we were going to be using, and Madison went through and she sanded it and then she gessoed it, and then when we started kind of getting a feel for it, honestly, like 1 signature is enough for this box. 2 is just, I mean, look at that. It's just, I can't even close it. I mean, it's that fat, look. So now I know that this is definitely not going to work. And I don't like the way some of it is sticking out because, again, it's gotten so big. So we've scratched this idea, unfortunately for Madison, because she's going to have to do it again. So we'll be using this box. She's going to, what is it, baby? What, blueberry? Yes, we're going to be using the blueberry box. And she'll sand this one, and she'll also gesso it. Thank you. Yeah, I know, right? She'll gesso this one as well. But we're still in discussion about this flap because she's thinking she wants to use this flap, and if you see now, it fits so much better. See? So it's bigger, it's wider, it's taller, and it's got a flap. So let's compare the 2 and you'll see what I mean if I lay them flat. We've got like an extra inch now, and then the same thing as far as, let me, yeah, that's where the flap closes. No, this way. Sorry guys, I've had like 2 hours of sleep, so bear with me. We had an emergency last night, and I barely slept, so I'm gonna get through this though, so just bear with me. And I'm sure you guys understand, you know, we've all had those nights where we're like, whew, the next day, so we'll see. But it's Friday, so hey, there's always rest, right? Weekend's coming. So we've got like another extra inch this way too, and I like that because although it's kind of neat for things to stick out, I was telling Madison that I don't think it's a good idea for these to stick out because they'll start getting bent and damaged and worn eventually. So yeah, baby.
And also torn.
Yeah, exactly. They'll get all torn up, and you know, we want to make sure that this is a beautiful journal that's going to last for a long time to be able to be enjoyed. So with that said, this is now the perfect length once we close that, see that? For those flaps to be able to be kept in there without getting all bent and smashed up. So new box, new cover, got to start all over again on that process. But she also wanted to try something. What was it that you wanted to do with the cover, honey, the inside?
Oh, the
You want to put the, oh yeah, You want to show them? All of them? Okay. Go ahead. You want to show the other 2? So what was your thought? What are you going to do with these?
We're gonna put
You're going to create what here?
tags.
Tags, right. So she wants to create 2 big journaling tags for either side, and then there's going to be a pocket here. Is that what you're saying? Yes, but they can't hear you, honey. You have to say yes.
Ma'am.
She's like nodding her head. Yep. So there'll be pockets here, and then she wants to insert, you know, the 4 houses, and then what you also have, like some banners you said you wanted to use? That's what these are. They're called banners, right?
Oh yeah,
So she's got one for each house also.
people thing.
Yep, so those will go somewhere in there as well. So she saved those out of the ephemera packs because she wants to do something with the inside of either side of the inside cover. And then the outside, she's thinking, yep, 1 second, baby. The outside, you wanted what? Something leathery or old?
Wood or something.
Wood, leather, brown, something old vintage looking on the outside. So we'll see how we're going to achieve that. But I did want to share with you guys real quickly that my thought, and I was telling Madison this, even at just using 2 signatures, they're really still very puffy because of all the stuff that we've inserted. And I'm not too fond of how, and maybe you guys do like that look, you know, where it's not like perfectly even. Some of them stick out more than others, but I just don't like how it fans out. So I was thinking maybe by splitting them in half like this, right? See how they become flatter? They're not as puffy. So I might have to actually, you know, split these in half and come up with maybe 4 or 3 signatures and put them in there. And one of the neat things I had also shared is that I found this amazing thread. We are in Florida and we live on the water, and obviously along with that comes, you know, Florida water, lots of boats, lots of outdoor activity. And somebody had shared with us the fact that there is a thread that they use for like sails and upholstery on boats, and even like parachutes, and this stuff is like indestructible. I can't remember, it's not nylon, it's not fiberglass. I can't remember what the component of it is. It might be fiberglass. But this stuff is indestructible. I mean, if it can stand Florida sun year round, if it could withstand, you know, salt water year round, which is extremely corrosive, then you know that it can definitely hold up to just about anything. So that's what I'm going to be using to sew in the signatures in the book. And might be overkill, but like I said, I really, really want this to be a book that is not just, you know, something that you're worried about it falling apart, or, you know, I want it to be able to be handled and written on and opened and closed, and she can show it off, you know. And that's one of the reasons that I think I had shared with you guys. I went through and I literally washi every single page in the journal. All the ones in here are all washi, and I glued that washi. I didn't even like take a chance that, you know, it's gonna stick by itself. I glued down the washi with the what do you call that? The tacky, Eileen's tacky glue, because I want to make sure that stuff is gonna be there forever and not come off, and it's gonna reinforce the paper so it doesn't tear. So a lot of precautions are being taken to make sure that this is something that's going to last for a long, long time. And I'm going to be doing the same thing here. I'm going to be actually probably using seam binding fabric to make sure, again, that cover can take a beating. So that's where we're at. Wanted to update you guys. For you guys that are pros and have done many of these, if you have any suggestions, please send them our way. Leave them in the comments below. For those of you who are new and are working through a journal with us or watching these, you know, we're learning as we go. It's a learning curve. And if you have questions, we are not the pros, but we are definitely learning as we go. So any information that we can pass along, we are happy to do so. Any mistakes that we've made that we can help you avoid, happy to do that as well. So with that being said, just wanted to come on and give you guys a really quick update as to where we're at in the process, what we've done, what errors we've made along the way and how we've corrected them, what awesome materials, you know, we've found that will help us. And soon, hopefully in the next video, we will come on and show you our book cover. So that's the next thing we're going to be covering now that we've done the signatures. Oh, I also wanted to point out, I know one of the questions that I had was, do we first sew in the signatures and then start, you know, doing all of our goodies, or the other way around? And folks told us that either or. It, you know, some people, you know, first glue in all the pages, then they start making pockets and stuff. I decided that for our way of creating this, I would feel better about doing all the pages first and then sewing them in. Is that gonna be a good thing or a bad thing? We're gonna find out, and I will let you ladies know and gentlemen know what we've discovered, if that was something that I would never do again, or yes, it actually worked, and so that was the way to go, especially because these are so full. It's not just, you know, it's not just a journal where you just insert sheets of paper and, you know, different colorful paper, and it's not one of those. It's something that is packed full of, you know, goodies and pockets and interactive stuff, and, you know, so we'll see what comes of it, and we'll let you guys know because we're learning together. Thank you so much for joining us through this journey of creating our first journal. And once again, we thank you so much for always being here and being so supportive. It is Friday today, so hopefully we'll get some crafting done this weekend as well, and we'll have an update for you in the next 2 or 3 days, okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.